Okay, so we are live once again with another Transformation 360. For all the people that are wondering कि हम और सेशंस क्यों नहीं कर रहे, उसका रीजन ये था कि हमारा सितंबर का प्रैक्टिशनर बैच चल रहा था. So बैच हमारा सैटरडे को फिनिश हुआ है, and we just decided that we're going to do this again with the new people that have just joined the program और उनका एक्सपीरियंस कैसा था. ठीक है, so now I have a really good friend of mine named Abdul Basit Patel. I know him for the last 2-3 years, and we've been working in the same industry. And I was really excited when he decided to join the program. So for me, this is a very amazing thing because I know Basit's journey, and I used to tell him, "Okay, you need to attend this program," and finally he did that. Okay, so Basit, over to you. Can you tell us about yourself, and can you tell you why did you choose to do this program right now?
Hello, hello, Ali. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yep. So let's talk about why first. Now, why I
Yeah.
attended this program. So there were many. You can say different assumptions in my head about NLP and what does it do, why does it do, and you hear people saying some different and some negative stuff about it.
Yeah.
Um, so there was this curiosity, firstly, of actually going into something and then taking out your decisions over it. And secondly, it was
ठीक
a
है.
need for my new job. so, so it was two things. If I have to tell something about me, so I've been a traveler all my life. Rather than traveling the world, I travel occupations, domains, I
Okay.
travel companies. So different domains that I've worked in, different companies that I've worked in, and one of the companies that we shared too early was nice. So I'm a traveler. I
ठीक
just
है.
take out learning from travel.
ठीक है. Okay, so this is what I can see. So,
Mhm.
Basit, so now you have just attended the program. ठीक है, you
Yep.
were there and you were there in the online training.
Yep.
Normally हम वन ऑन वन यानी फिजिकल ट्रेनिंग अटेंड करते हैं, वेन्यू पे जाके अटेंड करते हैं. So what did you see the basic difference when you were there in
uh,
the online? What was the first day like जब आप प्रोग्राम के अंदर बैठे थे? What was the thoughts at that
hmm.
point of time?
So I'll tell you my perspective over it from me being a participant, like a
ठीक है.
normal regular participant, because my personal views on it was very different because I have been in the industry for 2 years, so there's something different. So as a normal participant coming in NLP and that too on online rather than being physical training, so I believe it was more focused.
ठीक है.
Like why? You see in physical training you just not observing the content, you also observing the environment, the people
Yeah.
around you and
Yeah.
many other things that can be a distraction in a good and a bad way, both.
ठीक है.
um, but when it comes to online, it's just one screen and
हम्म.
you're just getting everything out of it, out of
ठीक
that
है.
screen, the screen of a coach,
Okay.
and then simultaneously the screens of the participants that are involved in it. So I thought it was very much focused. Okay. Second thing was on the online, that is a perk of an online is your comfort zone. So it is
Okay.
said that you when you learn more when you are in comfort, yeah. Take care.
Okay. Yeah.
And you do things more when you are in discomfort. That's the difference. So so when you are in your comfort zone in your bed, sitting with your laptop on and every different thing, so you're not much worried about, that's a general worrying of a human being, that you're not more worried about how you look. Am
ठीक
I
है.
fine?
Yeah.
Okay, is this a good way to sit? Am I being with the audience? Are they judging me or not? No,
Yeah.
everybody is sitting in their pajamas and listening to the thing because it's the content that matters.
Yeah.
So 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 that's why we learn more. I
Yeah.
honestly, like, that's my perspective to it. So the two things that I would really, really think that online can give me.
ठीक है.
Hmm.
So
So
this was the
yep,
this was the online thing. Acha,
Yeah,
furthermore, so now you're in the training and you
yeah,
experienced it, and I knew you, हमारी बात भी हो रही थी first 2 days, but you said, Ali, I've understood the process, but now I'm understanding the vocabulary of it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
understanding
So
that. So can you tell me more about that? What did you mean by that?
okay, so it might be specified for some people who have been in the industry or worked with people like these. So I worked with Shri Nakwi, with many other trainers like NSOL in Torque, and so coming from there and was attending regular sessions of theirs and being a part of their sessions. So unconsciously, I had all these things in my head because the content was made out of NLP. The linguistics that NLP give is great for training, and if someone has done it, they use it very oftenly. So I knew what SMART is, the goal setting.
Yeah.
Okay? So when I said that I get the vocabulary, I meant that I knew how to think about the anxiety, how to get rid of it. I do it in like go in the future, coming back again. I do it. Now I get to know that it's a timeline therapy of anxiety. So
Okay.
I have learned all the linguistics, the vocabulary of it, also the therapeutical ways of doing it. Okay. So I
Interesting.
knew what SMART is. Okay. SMART is a goal setting tool. I knew that. Okay, and I knew how to do it as a training in a training session too. You just have to explain all of it. Now
ठीक
I
है.
get to know how to do it in a therapeutical way
Okay.
with a client one on one. How can it change actually make a difference on the goals? Okay, so you know what SMART is, na? Okay, S for specific, M for measurable. So it's like that. You knew it, but in a therapeutical way, applying all of these things. That's what NLP gave. So
Interesting.
so it would be different for different people, but someone coming from this background that I was coming from, it would
Yeah.
be this possibly be the same for that. And I'm pretty sure Ali Salman, you have been from the same background too,
Yeah.
and
So for me, it was the same.
sometimes similar, yeah. If not the
Yeah.
same, then similar.
सिमिलर
Yeah,
मेरा भी यही था कि मैं पहली दफा कोई ऐसा था कि जो मेरे ही रूट पे चल रहा है फ्रॉम द
yeah,
सेम बैकग्राउंड दैट आई वाज इन एंड ही अटेंडेड द प्रोग्राम द वे आई डिड इट सो मुझे
yep,
उसका पर्सपेक्टिव जानना था कि यार कैसे उसके लिए
mm,
वैल्यूएबल
yep,
था देन सो नाउ इफ आई आस्क यू व्हाट वाज द बिगेस्ट लर्निंग
mm,
इन द प्रैक्टिशनर प्रोग्राम व्हाट डू यू इफ आई आस्क यू कि यार क्या सबसे बड़ी लर्निंग थी इस प्रोग्राम की दैट यू रिमेंबर ऑन योर लाइक दीज आर ऑन योर फिंगर्स दैट इस चीज ने मुझे सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यू दी और
mm.
इससे मुझे बहुत फायदा हुआ कैन यू टेल मी अबाउट दैट
Yes, yes, definitely. So one thing that I take out from NLP as a whole, so there were many, many different learnings, very small, very specific learnings, but one a learning that was taken out by me from NLP as a whole was NLP makes you aware
ठीक है
and keeps you aware. After doing NLP and the people who have done NLP, I've noticed one thing. Okay, if they even have to drink a glass of water while in a meeting, they'll tell you we are drinking a glass of water. You know,
ओके
so that
ओके
you are aware of their actions. So while in any work setting, okay, in any work setting, you will ever be aware yourself, and you will also keep people aware. Okay. किसी को
इंटरेस्टिंग
आइसक्रीम खानी
yeah so we
है?
have that I was just listening
Yeah,
about it
yeah. I
and
cannot do much about it.
yeah, no, these are all the things that are supporting us into doing this NLP NLP
Yeah,
transformation 360 in a much better way. So
yeah,
so let's talk about the NLP presupposition because this is very new. No one has
yeah,
spoken about that. So can you
yeah.
tell me what is the NLP presuppositions? You know?
So, in very easy words, presuppositions are basically the values, or you can say the rules, or you can say the Bible, the steps to follow of someone who is doing NLP.
ठीक है.
So, they are like the backbone of NLP. Everything that you do in NLP starts from a presupposition, and
ठीक है.
then it creates whatever the therapy you need that is need to be done.
ठीक है.
So one presupposition, and just because of it, the whole process goes on. That's
ठीक
what
है.
I think.
Okay, so
Yeah.
now tell me those presuppositions. You know,
Okay.
there are 14 presuppositions as I remember. So
Yeah.
हमारे पास सबका तो time होगा नहीं, but can you tell me 3 presuppositions that touched you a lot, that you can say,
Yeah.
these were the gist of my experience?
Okay, I'll tell you now the three of my favorites. Number one is the first one. Yeah,
ठीक
the
है.
first one is respect for the others model of the world. Um,
Respect.
it hit me hard, you know. Why Ali in the world that we live? I probably it's an assumption for many, but for me it's my experience. For the world that we live, we don't see the other side of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this presupposition helps you see the other side of the story. So
Mm.
we have a problem. We all have problems. Sorry, you go in the, for example, you're going to a shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper is just like very, very arrogant in one way. Okay, not giving you a time if you're asking something, but like ask him, ऐसे
Mm.
क्यों? And then only you will get to know his model of the world.
Mm.
So, so first thing is respect one's model. So it's basically a very common. Like I'm a very common person. I give examples very commonly. I'll give the road examples. Well, that's
Yeah.
how we live, really. So
Yeah.
that's where we live. Okay,
Mm.
we have to go on the streets.
Mm.
So so first thing, whenever you see a beggar, whenever you see someone who is acting very strangely, we as humans have a nag of making assumptions about it or
Yeah.
perceptions about them.
Yeah.
Perceptions about them. NLP's first piece of position breaks that.
Mm.
It's like you got to respect, and in order to respect, you got to know that person's
Yes.
model of the world. Because if you're respecting without knowing, that's that. How is that even happening? So, so so it comes. This simple line comes with a lot of meanings,
ठीक है.
and so in order to respect, you got to know, and when you know, you will create many other realities of the world
Wow.
because of that particular model of the world that the person is keeping. So in that way, I believe कि सारे झगड़े ही खत्म है.
Yeah.
तो
Yeah.
तुम्हारा मेरा इख्तिलाफ ही खत्म है इस पे तो.
Yeah. If you respect the other
So
person. Yeah. So that
yes,
that hit you hard. What's the
yeah.
second?
The second one, the
Yeah.
second one is the fourth one. Seventh one. Sorry, the map is not the territory. Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
And yep, I'll read it whole. So the map is not the territory. The words we use are not the event or the item they represent.
ठीक है.
So now this again a very street example. Ali, you're going to somewhere and you
ठीक है.
saw someone जिसके वो जो पैंट वैंट थी वो गंदी सी थी और साइड से फटी भी थी and the shirt is also like मिट्टी मिट्टी वाली and all. ठीक है,
ठीक
and
है.
you just look at him and they're like, यानी I have to talk to this person. Like, suppose you have to meet that person. I have to talk to this person. यानी ये बंदा ये मैं business meeting इस बंदे से करने आया हूँ because it has happened to me. It has happened to me.
Okay.
And you just create in your head. It is said that unconscious brain doesn't understand no, and
Yeah.
conscious brain understands no only.
ठीक है. ठीक है.
That's what I have. Your brain is programmed to say no, the conscious
ठीक है.
brain.
ठीक
So
है.
when you see that person, what's the first thing that comes in your head?
I don't know. अगर मैं सी
Probably,
अगर मैं सब कुछ हटाते हुए सोचूं तो I would make a comment on that. You know,
yeah,
even मुझे उससे मिला,
yeah,
I'm being very honest. I'll make a comment on that.
yeah.
You know, so
हाँ
that's the
कि ये
first thing
क्या
that will
कपड़े
happen.
पहने हैं. And if you are with someone, there is a partner of yours, and like, you
Yeah.
will discuss यार ये क्या कपड़े पहने हैं,
ये क्या? Yeah,
ये
I'll do that.
ये कौन है and all.
100%.
And then you meet so you met this person. He spoke to you about multiple things, the philosophy that you couldn't even think of, for example, the theory that never came across your head, and you started to like this person and something like that. So the perception changes. Okay.
ठीक है.
Now you have to meet him again in his office and he's well dressed. What?
ठीक है.
So the perception shift that comes in your head
Hmm.
shouldn't have come if you would have known map is not the territory.
Hmm.
अगर
Okay.
perception बदल रहा है
Hmm.
तो तुम इस presupposition से aware नहीं थे.
Hmm.
और अगर परसेप्शन बन रहा है पहली दफा तो तुम
Yeah.
अवेयर हो. That's the difference, you know.
Interesting.
So so
I mean,
yeah,
these
it
are something
also
that we can use in daily life.
yes, it also takes us back to a very common stereotype कि first impression is the last impression. That हमारे बड़े बूढ़ों ने बता के हमें पागल कर दिया. But that's how it is. It
Yeah.
is not. And people who say it's the lasting impression, it is not.
It is not.
NLP breaks that stereotype in
Yeah.
this particular presupposition. That map is not a directory.
Yeah.
So I'll put it in very simple words. Okay, the third one that I like the most, Ali,
Okay.
is number 10. And probably I'll talk the most about it.
ठीक
All
है.
procedures should increase wholeness. And I'll chunk up in LB's language, and I'll
ठीक.
take it to a very philosophical way. Okay.
Okay.
So in NLP, it's very specified. Okay, all the procedures should increase wholeness. It's very specified. But when you talk about the real life, look, I'm not saying NLP isn't real life, but it's like the life we live without all these theories. You know, whatever you do should create wholeness. And what is wholeness? It is subjective. Okay?
Yeah.
Wholeness is
It is
subjective.
subjective. It is
For
subjective.
you, for you getting, um, for example, you paid for a movie and the whole movie didn't inspire you. Okay,
ठीक है.
you wanted a sequel of it,
ठीक है.
and then you go when the sequel comes in and you buy the movie ticket again and you watch the sequel, and now the wholeness comes in for the movie.
Hmm.
But for me, the first part was enough for my wholeness. So
Okay.
it's the inner satisfaction that we get
ठीक है.
out of things that we do which are meaningful creates wholeness. You know, the completion of the things, the completion of anything is wholeness. Me having lunch and fully like paid bhar gaya, or is a different thing, and me having lunch and being satisfied for whatever I had is a different thing. So what do you search is wholeness. Um, so in NLP now, so whatever we do, every procedures that we take forward, the therapies and the different interventions that we do, until and unless it creates that level of wholeness into something for someone, it is incomplete. Okay. And
Interesting.
that's why I've seen Ursulan and many other practitioners, जो कि हमारे साथ ही थे, and when they were doing interventions, they were asking for more and more again.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
And
That's
yeah,
what I noticed in this batch because normally
yep,
I didn't expect it would drag this longer, but they were sitting there
mm,
because
yep,
most of them had certain concerns. कि how will that happen? So, my next question
yep.
इसी के uh, पे आता है, if you're finished about it.
No,
Um,
I have to just.
yeah,
So
sure.
basically, they're asking of whole like again and again. Was their wholeness not fulfilling?
Hmm.
So it fulfilled at a point where nobody knows. I don't know about different participants कि उनकी wholeness कहाँ तक थी, but and they don't know about mine, and I don't know about you. Nobody knows. It's like intention. It's hidden. So 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 everyone. So that's how it is. So that's why we do clients. So wholeness is very important. You know,
Yeah.
even drinking water to doing something which is for the entire world. Until and unless there's wholeness, like you were completely onto it, completely dragged yourself into it, and taken many things out of it, you are incomplete. And that's why NLP is so progressive and so intense and so specified because
Yeah.
it creates wholeness. Thank
Wow.
you for
Yeah.
telling me, like, letting me say. So,
Yeah.
yep, your next
Yeah.
question.
So, so I have understood the NLP presupposition. I'm very happy. It's the first time someone has talked about the first thing that we learn in NLP, that is the NLP presupposition. Okay, and thank you so much. You explained it in a very simplistic way. बड़े आसान से बड़ी common example समझाया. So thank you for that. So now I want to know that वो decision कैसे लिया था? कि यार मैं
Call
program
me.
में तो मैं आ गया, ये program में आ
Oh,
चुका हूँ. ये decision because a lot of people are still concerned कि यार should we do it online or should we wait well COVID ends और फिर हम program attend
hmm.
करेंगे? So वो decision आपने कैसे लिया था? And again I'm adding another question to it. What would you say to people that are still unsure. They're still a
Hmm.
bit dicey. They're still thinking, "Are I'm not too sure that online is still beneficial." What would you say to them?
Okay. So the first question, how did I make the decision of online and physical? The dilemma.
Yeah,
It's not a dilemma, you know. It can be a choice for someone. Okay. It can be a preference for someone. But when you see NLP now, it's the delivery of the content and the content that
ठीक
matters.
ठीक है.
So if I'm getting it with audio books, for example, ठीक है, I'm getting it.
Yeah,
ठीक है. The good part is even if it's online, it's live, right?
yeah, it's
So it's if it's physical, if it's online, until and unless it's not live, then it should be a problem. Yeah, you cannot ask questions, you cannot go back, think about the perspectives, talk about the perspectives, knowing the perspectives, and many other ways. Until and unless it's online and live, it's the same. Okay. Yes, I can say for people who are kinesthetic more, they need the feel of it. Okay. The visual, the auditory, they're just fulfilling, right? The
yeah,
auditory digital. You can see the person who is coaching you. You can
yeah,
listen to him. You can ask him. Yes, you can. The feeling part, yep, you can feel that in his words, in his voice. That's up to you. Okay. So it's basically up to a person. So I know it's a choice and a preference, but
yeah,
other than that, there's no difference. There can be many perks in online that we can not have offline or in physical. There can be many perks that we can have in physical and not in online. But since you are offering me that whenever physical comes in and I can be
yeah,
there,
yeah,
तो फिर क्या
always.
मतलब? So then I am actually now I am in profit. Why? Because I can attend both methodologies. So
Yeah,
I think it's better then that I take it online and I can take it on physical when it comes to. So yeah.
yeah,
So there many. So there must be slight differences over the few little perks that you can beat in real life or something like that. But not something which is getting us against the objectives. Okay. The objectives are there. You can meet the objectives whether online or physical, and that's what matters really. So that's what I think
yeah. So
about online.
thank you so much for this question, because this is something that I think every other person that has come up for the program, they always ask me this question. So thank you for explaining that. ठीक है, अब हम जाते हैं प्रोग्राम के बाद. अब प्रोग्राम हो गया
Okay.
आपका फिनिश. ठीक है.
Okay.
नाउ व्हाट्स योर एक्सपीरियंस, हाउ जैसे आपने बताया कि एनएलपी अवेयरनेस के ऊपर बहुत काम करता है,
Hmm.
एंड राइटली
Yeah.
सो. सो नाउ कैन यू टेल मी, नाउ what has changed, what has changed for
What has
Abdul?
changed?
Yeah,
What has changed for Basit? Okay. Um, Adding few more perspectives to life.
ठीक है.
These 14 piece positions are 14 different perspectives that we can use here and there in normal life. Um, and since they're the backbone of NLP, they also help you uh, create your awareness as a coach too. So now Basit is a coach. Certification comes in and Basit is a coach. Okay. And Basit questions himself कि यार ऐसा क्या था मेरी नॉर्मल जिंदगी में, यानी मेरे दोस्त भी आके मुझसे प्रॉब्लम्स तो शेयर करते थे और मैं नॉट सेइंग लाइक नॉट ब्रैगिंग अबाउट मी बट आई यूज्ड टू गिव गुड सजेशंस. तो फिर एनएलपी ने क्या फर्क लेके आया भाई, मेरी नीड तो उधर पूरी हो रही थी ना. एंड आई कैन नाउ इफ यू गो टू द टेक्निकलिटीज, यस सर्टिफिकेशन मिली, थेरेपी करने सीखा, टाइम लाइन थेरेपी सीखी, 3 different certifications, increasing my credibility here and there. Other than that, now the main part comes where NLP strikes. Other than that, all of this, NLP now gives you a proper flow and a procedure of doing things in a very ecological manner, in a very ethical manner, and in a very productive manner. So if someone doesn't want to be a coach, for example, after NLP. It's fine.
Yeah.
यानी नहीं बनना, but in increasing your way of living life. यानी now, if I am not a coach, for example, for many years, I can solve my problems.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
where I'm empowered now.
Yeah.
Okay. If I don't have to be a coach and I have to work somewhere very normally with normal corporate job, I can live up to my team. I know now how do they feel? How do humans feel? How do humans think? What's running in their unconscious head? Why is it running? So it doesn't only help you be a coach, it helps you be a good team member, good professional, good human being overall. So for me, after NLP, I don't know if I will be a coach or not. Something that I am not very not thought of it right now. But I'm one thing that I would say that for sure I'll be a better human being
Wow.
in terms of empathy, in terms of thinking across boards, across people. These 14 presuppositions has given me a way of life. So a newer
Interesting.
way of life.
Interesting.
So it doesn't have so not everything has to be commercialized for yourself, you know. You can take them for life and you can make your life better or people around you are better or the place you live better. So that's what I think.
Beautifully explained, बड़ा simple करके बड़े आसान से, and everyone can relate. I think a
Mm.
person that's doing a job, a person that's not doing a job, कि आपकी personal life बेहतर हो जाएगी, and again if that works हर चीज़ बेहतर हो जाएगी.
Yep.
And presupposition से क्या क्या फायदे, so you've spoken really well. So what's the future for Basit?
What's the
What's
future
the
for
future?
Basit? So, so the people who are listening who have not done NLP, if you do NLP, there will be a test, and उस टेस्ट में आपका जो रिजल्ट होगा वो यानी इट्स अ पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट. Ali, I just forgot the name of it, the primary one. Can you
हाँ,
so that people
primary
should know?
representation,
Yep.
primary representation system,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
ठीक
So
है.
primary representation. So this test will tell you how you are, if you are auditory, kinesthetic, auditory, digital, or visual. I was a hopper.
ठीक है.
So if you ask about the future of Basit, Basit is a hopper. Okay.
Okay.
So Basit just, you know, Basit doesn't find satisfaction doing one thing. Basit does many things. Coaching is one of the things that I will definitely go for in the future. Not just because I have done NLP, तो मुझे करना ही है. No. Or I have to earn money out of it. It's just, you know, there are some things you do to test yourself,
ठीक है.
yeah, to increase your experience over something. So coaching is one thing. Um, Working with an organization is another. ठीक है. So I'll be intact with one organization that also works in NLP.
ठीक है.
So for
एक
long, and
सेकंड. या.
yes, and third thing is the few personal interventions that I've been looking up for. And trust me, NLP has helped me on that too. When I make the so my thought process has changed. So I was thinking about doing an interview type of intervention on YouTube. Okay, it's a series that me and my friends were doing. And now, since I've done NLP, I never thought I would be doing NLP in the middle. And now, since I've done NLP, now I've got a very different thought process of that interview series. So
ओके.
it helps you out of nowhere. You know, I never even thought of it. So, so my future would be yes, I'll try coaching again, and by trying I am like very committed on trying it. I'll be working with that and I'll be doing for my for my personal intervention.
Okay. So last thing. So let's say all the people that are watching, if they want to get in touch with Abdul Basit, how can they do that? Do you have a Facebook page? या Facebook पे आपको मैसेज करे या LinkedIn पे? How can they connect with you?
Yep. You've seen my face. There's a Facebook profile called Abdul Basit Patel. Match the face with that Facebook profile DP. You can add me there. You can talk to me there.
ठीक है.
Other than that, just text me. We can go to WhatsApp there. It's very easy. Um, Other than that, you can always ask Ali Salman for my number.
Yeah.
Yep, you have my number, so yeah. So people can ask you for myself. LinkedIn पे भी Abdul Basit Patel again. So
ठीक है.
it's a very simple name, ABP, and you can find it very easily. So LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Basit Patel, you'll find it very easily. Anyway, any social media that you can think of, I'm there. ठीक है. Out of my curiosities, I don't use social media a lot, but out of my curiosities, I'm always there.
You
So,
always there.
uh, so there only just text me on Facebook. That's the most convenient one,
ठीक
and
है.
we can continue that with in WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, thank you so much, Basit. I didn't realize the time was up. हम तो कुछ conversation में लग गए थे, तो it was there. Thank you so much for the time, and it was a very interesting thing because I've done so many transformation 360s, and you're the first one जिसने NLP presupposition पे बात की. You know,
mm,
and that was a very new thing. I think all the people that are watching would have an insight that what NLP is all about and how it can
mm,
help in very specific and very simple ways.
yeah,
अपने हर सिंपल स्मॉल कॉन्वर्जेशन के अंदर ही कितना हेल्प कर सकती है एज एन
mm,
इंडिविजुअल, चाहे आप
mm,
प्रोफेशनली काम करो या अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ के लिए काम कर रहे हो. सो
yeah.
थैंक यू सो मच वासिफ वंस अगेन.
No problem. Thank you
एंड
for having me.
या नो आई वाज रियली लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू दिस कि यार एक बंदा जो कि मेरी तरीके से एक कंपनी में था और उसने फिर एक शिफ्ट किया, सो उसके थॉट प्रोसेस क्या थे, उसके माइंडसेट क्या चल रहा था. सो गुड जॉब बासित. Thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
all the people that are interested in the program, they can connect with us. Our next batch is happening in the month of November. Okay, we'll give you the details. It will be on social media. You can connect with me or Basit to know about all the details. Okay, you can email us at connect@arslanlarik.com. That's the best way to get in touch with us. And you can even call us. You can just go to Arslan Larik space and leave a message there. Okay? Or even in the comment section, you can tell us that we're interested in the NLP practitioner program, and we'll connect with you. All
Yeah.
right. So thank you once again. Take care and Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.